Continue with Pteridophyta. Pteridophyta also comes under cryptogams as they are non-flowering plants. Let us start with the characteristics of Pteridophyta and let us compare the characteristics of Pteridophyta along with Thallophyta and Bryophyta. First thing, let me tell you one thing. Thallophyta and Bryophyta both do not have well-developed parts like stem, root and leaves. But Pteridophyta has well-developed stem, root and leaves. They have well-developed stem, root and leaves. That's the first thing. Okay children, so Pteridophyta has got a well-developed stem, root and leaves, unlike your Thallophyta and Bryophyta which do not have true stem, root and leaves. Second, if you are going to see that this particular the group of plants, they have conducting tissues. They have conducting tissues. Whereas the other two groups, your Thallophyta and Bryophyta, they do not have conducting tissues. But Pteridophyta has got conducting tissue, xylem and phloem to carry water minerals and to carry the food to all the parts of the plants. Third point, Pteridophyta can reproduce by two ways. Asexually, they can reproduce by spore formation. Asexually, they can reproduce by spore formation. And sexually, they can reproduce by zygote formation. By zygote formation. Now you know what is a spore formation. It is a asexual method of reproduction. So if you are going to look at your this one Pteridophyta, I'll just show you the picture. This is a picture of your one of the example fern plant. This is a fern plant which comes under Pteridophyta. If you are going to look at this particular plant, at the posterior side, that means at the back side of the leaf, you can find this type of thing. That this is called as sporangia. This is called as sporangia. Sporangia contains spores. Sporangia contains spores. So this particular group of plants, they are able to reproduce by spore formation because they contain sporangia, and sporangia contains spores. So as I told you that ferns can reproduce asexually by spore formation, even they can reproduce sexually by zygote formation. Even that, so in the case of ferns or in the case of Pteridophyta, they can undergo sexual reproduction as well as asexual reproduction. Okay children, so that is a great difference of Pteridophyta as compared to Thallophyta and Bryophyta. So this is something which you have to remember. Fourth, generally you will find that Pteridophyta group of plants, they are used as ornamental plants. They are used as ornamental plants. Generally it is used for decorative purpose. If you are going to look for ferns and all, the people are used them as ornamental plants. So these are the what we'll say, these are the characteristics of Pteridophyta. Again, unlike your Thallophyta and Bryophyta, Pteridophyta has got well developed stem, root and leaves. They have conducting tissues, that is xylem and phloem tissues to carry water minerals by the xylem and food by the phloem. So they have got a well developed conducting tissues. This particular group of plants can reproduce sexually as well as asexually. Asexually with the help of spore formation. At the posterior side of the leaf, they have sporangia which contains spores. So they can reproduce by spore formation. Asexually and sexually they can reproduce by zygote formation. They are generally used as ornamental plants. The best example of Pteridophyta is your fern plants like your Nephrolepis. Nephrolepis is one of the renowned example. Even you have other example as adiantum. Even this is the example. We have Teres. Even that's the example of Pteridophyta. So at least remember children 2-3 examples of each group. It's very important. So these are the characteristics of Pteridophyta. With this we have finished the first subgroup, that is cryptogams. Now we will be learning about phanerogams in detail in our next video. Children, please remember the characteristics of each and every group. It's very important. And why I am comparing and explaining it to you, because if the question comes, differentiate between any two groups like Thallophyta and Bryophyta, or Thallophyta and Pteridophyta, or Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, you should be in position to write. That's the reason whenever I am explaining, I am comparing and I am explaining to you. Children, go on revising whatever we are doing. Write down the answers of the questions which I am giving. If you are not getting the answers, please let me know so that I can give the answers for the questions which I am giving you. Don't forget to draw the diagrams which I have pointed. I'll be putting up in my question bank as well, so that you don't forget to draw the diagrams. Diagrams will also come for the exam. Thank you.